Hello, hello, hello. It's been a long time since we did this. Since my wife has been busy, today I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that have been going on and why we took a hiatus. One of the reasons why we took a hiatus is because my wife is now super busy. She's going to school, also got a new job, and she's doing everything. As a matter of fact, she's not here right now because she was rehearsing for a play. But yeah, she's working for the newspaper and it's really busy. And then she's going to school for broadcasting, and she does that at night online. One of the reasons why when we started this show is because we wanted to inspire people, to help people out. You know, not that I know better than anyone else. It's just that inspiration is something that's close and dear to my heart. So that's why we started the show. And we got some interesting guests throughout the years that we've been doing it. We started at 2020 when the pandemic, and we've been doing it since. And we took a long hiatus this time, like I said, because we both got busy. I'm going to share with you some of the things that we've been doing and some of the things that we are planning to do. If you are new, come in and say hello. Hey, D. Actually, my wife just called me and said that she's on her way back. So we may get to see her. Um, so yeah, so that's what's been going on. And the last thing that happened was my mother turned 93 years old. 93. I went down over there to see her, and we took her out to eat, and that was some fun time. And love to do it again. And the other things I want to talk about is also my birthday just happened. My birthday, and some people are calling it the big one, because it's my birthday is at 70 now, 70 years old. I want to talk about that first because a lot of people have a negative thing, to age when they start getting older. They start to think their mind, start to think, oh, now it's over the hill. And I always thought that going over the hill means that it was easier. Now, I'm not saying that it's not harder to do exercise or things like that, but the thing is that you got to keep going, you got to keep moving. Don't give up, don't give in to the conversation that people have and saying that, now you can't do anything. You got to keep moving, you got to keep stretching, you got to keep doing your push-up. One of the things that I have planned to do, but unfortunately I injured myself. I was going to do 70 push-ups for my birthday. I was going to do it live, but then I was training and I was doing bench press. And guess what? The muscle on my chest went pop. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that on my birthday, but I'm still planning to do it, in a few, maybe a month or so. But I'm planning to do it. And I'm going to do it live because it's very important to me that people know that it's actually happening and that it's actually possible. Okay, I heard somebody say, oh no, 70 is bad. To me, when you get to that age or older, I couldn't speak on it before, but now that I'm that age, I could speak on it. And to me, what happens is that people give up. They give up doing things, and they believe the mass hypnosis that people say. You have to be a rare person. Don't be like everybody else. Be exceptional. Don't believe what people say about age. You have to have your own experience, and to my experience is that I was doing 60 push-ups and just 2 weeks ago. And it didn't stop me because I was going to be 70. Okay, so if you approaching that age or you're getting there, don't listen to the other people. Just listen to your own self and picture yourself how you want to be at that age. So don't listen to people. Hey, hey, D. Nice to see you, D. No, actually, I haven't let myself go a couple of times, but it didn't feel good, D. So I got back to it. And one of the things that I never stopped doing is the five rights or qigong. So I do qigong in the morning. Even if it's a little bit of exercise, it's good enough for you. You don't have to go, and you don't have to go on 20 year old or 30 years old. You could just do a little bit. As long as you do something, and that is good enough. Don't try to go crazy and do too much. I was trying to do almost 300 pounds bench press, and I haven't done that in a while, and that's what happened after doing quite a few reps. So that's what happened. So just be careful when you're doing it. We miss you too, D. My wife may get here, and she's on her way back, like I said. So it'll be fun to talk to her. So the other thing is like I had some people that came to visit me, coaches that I had 50 years ago. They came to visit me, and one of my former gymnasts got married. So anyway, let's see if I have some pictures. Yeah, this is one of my former gymnasts, Alicia, that got married. So we've been busy. We have almost every weekend we're busy. So one of the things that happened was that I went down to do a seminar on Tai Chi for one of my students from 50 years ago. And she gave me a picture. This is what she did. That's me on the corner over there. This is what she did with a messed up knee, doing a side aerial on the beam. And that was 50 years ago. Think about that. Back then that was very rare to do on the beam, but she did it. If you are new, make sure that you follow us either on Facebook or YouTube. Question and answer will be later. Okay, we are going to change the format a little bit when we come back. Yeah, we miss it too. So the other thing I want to talk about is my wife. I think that my wife is a workaholic. I mean, she never stopped from the minute she get up to the minute that she goes to sleep. I think sometimes she's still typing on the thing. One the things that I've been told is that the newspaper that she write for, it totally changed. The sports people are bragging to me. They don't have to do that, but they're bragging to me about how well she's doing and how much they enjoy her writing now, which is a good thing, because she works very hard. She's like unbelievable. She inspires me. She inspires me the way that she works. She was narrating Peter and the Wolf just recently. So even though she stopped acting, she's still doing a little bit on the side. There she is when she narrating the Peter and the Wolf with an orchestra. That was excellent. I wish she was here because she could fill you up more on that. And then one of the things again with my birthday was that I kind of got disappointed with my birthday because every time my birthday came up, I always ended up by myself because either my wife was at a shoot working on a movie or she was doing a play or something, but we hardly celebrated my birthday on my birthday. Last year I was doing a show down in the city, um, Kay Liotta show. And you should check it out on Facebook. The interview that she did with me is there. Um, but I kind of got used to, oh, nothing's going to happen, this year for my birthday. And then my wife decided that she's going to give me a surprise. So I planned, I said, oh my goodness, nothing really happens on my birthday. My wife probably going to be working. She's probably going to be covering a story or doing a play or something. So I said, I might as well make plan for myself so I don't, don't feel alone. So I decided that instead of taking the day off that day, I would go and work with Charles, the movie producer Charles, and his honey right there. They're producing this movie, they're shooting this movie, and I said, okay, I'll go and help him out and do the movie with him. And my wife got a little nervous when she heard me saying that. She's going like, oh my God, I have this plan for your birthday. So plan for my birthday. And I was already making plans for, to be in the movie. So she said, yeah, don't go anywhere. I'm going to take you out to dinner for your birthday at 3 o'clock. And it was the day before my birthday. I had already planned to go and do that movie with Charles. And guess what? She got me. She surprised me. She surprised me. And she hired this guy right here that comes to your place and actually cooks. They do the hibachi. This is Kevin, busy cooking for the kids that were there. And she really got me this time. Yep. And she said, did I surprise you? Yeah, but she told me, first of all, she doesn't lie, but she told me a little fib. She said that we were going to pick up our nephew and that he was waiting at this other place. And we went to the other place to pick him up. And there was my family waiting for me to say, surprise. There we are on the place. And I kind of thought it was funny because she had my clothes ready to go. She was a Chinese theme, and yeah, she surprised me. She got me. She kept asking me, "Did I surprise you?" Okay, and then I did a book signing. There I am in the middle, and that was pretty good. These are all these people here were people that wrote books, and they're local. And some of them are local, some of them are from New Jersey. And this is the movie that Charles is working on as we speak. That's going to be a very interesting movie. I went on, the shoot was until 3 o'clock in the morning, and the other one was 4 o'clock in the morning. It was very long, but it's still not finished. They film it for 3 more weeks. If anyone that's local want to get involved with that, I just email them, you know, um, and they'll get you involved because they need extras, and they're shooting on the weekends. Check out with them, and they will give you a spot if you want to be in a movie with Charles. I've done 3 movies with him, so if you want to meet, just go over and check it out. Okay, so I have an idea for another show that I want to do. I can't tell you what it is yet, but I have been giving hints on Facebook just to get a reaction, and people are asking because it seems like it's vague, but I'm just getting a reaction to see how people respond. It's going to be a different format than Tweet Talk, and some of it is going to be already recorded because I'm going to go out in the field and do some things, and then we'll show those things. Okay. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Have a little thing there now. Okay, if you're watching for YouTube, do the same. This is my girl Alicia that got married. She was one of my gymnasts and also now a coach. This is the crew from Where the Heights End, the movie. That was 9/2, I believe, and this is 9/3. They've been filming for 3 weeks or 6 weeks already. It's almost there. The other thing we did was we got invited for this guy. He got inducted into the Hall of Fame for Liberty High School. Really, really nice guy. Did a nice speech. He invited us to go over there. It was very nice, very nice. So all the local people will know that Samuel. And like I said, we are coming back. We're not coming back right now, but we are coming back. And we're going to do another format. Now it's time for questions and answer. So if you have any questions, shoot it out. And I try to answer the best I can. Pick a subject, any subject. Okay, I'm also traveling doing Tai Chi. So if you have a place where you want me to come and do a Tai Chi class, a Tai Chi seminar, reach out to us on the DM. We'll get in touch with you and see how we will do with that. Any questions? Go ahead, shoot it out. I only wanted to come and say hello. And also want to say, I want to thank all the people that it was very overwhelming. And I don't think I got to everyone that sang happy birthday, birthday wishes. Can't even speak, but I get back in there. It was quite a lot of people. I tried to answer them back, but if I didn't, and you went on my page and you wish me a happy birthday, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It made my heart. It gave me joy to see all those messages. And like I said, they're still coming in. So I will try to get to those as much as I can. If I only say thank you, that's what I had time for. But yes, let's have some fun. Shoot me out your questions. It's hard to do the show without a guest. I got so used to having guests on and somebody to talk to, like my wife. But I'm talking to you, D. Anyone who's out there? Who's out there? Give me, put your name out there. Let me know who's watching. Okay. I still. Uh, oh, yeah, D, just give me the information. And if you have a room where I could do that, and if you have some people that want to come with you, I do a seminar. Sometimes I do an hour, 2 hours. So just let me know. And I come down, I travel. I could only do during the weekend because that's the only time I have now and during the summer. Okay. Okay, so I have been doing martial art for over 50 years. I've been coaching gymnastics for 50 years. So I was doing martial art before that, since I was in grade school. So it's been a long time. And I do all type of different martial art, not just Tai Chi is just my favorite now. But I did a lot of the Kung Fu and, and Karate. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Nice to see you. Yeah, so yeah, that is how long I've been doing it. I can't even count because I was so young when I started. Um, I started down in, well, actually when I was a kid, they used to do boxing. My father used to do boxing with me, but I don't remember much of that. All I know is that people wanted to figure out why why I was good at boxing because they never saw me really going there. Okay, so one of the things that the advice that I give is that start slow and don't try to get everything and so fast. Even when I'm teaching my Tai Chi class, some of the students want to go too fast. It's better to learn one little thing at a time, right? Stretching is very important. One of the things that people were getting hurt when they were doing the Tai Bo, I don't know if you remember the Tai Bo, and people were trying to do Tai Bo and trying to kick high, but they didn't have the flexibility. The first thing that you got to do if you're going to kick is you got to be able to stretch. So stretch first, and then you start to kick. You don't have to kick high in order to defend yourself. You could kick from the knee down in order to defend yourself. So I think one of the best martial arts to start with now is actually Tai Chi because it moves slow and plus it increases your balance and your flexibility. So if you're getting older, those things. So Wing Chun also have movements right here, very small movement. There's no large movement, but it's very practical, depending on who's teaching you. Okay, I don't think that any martial art is perfect, but look at the practicality of why do you want to do martial art. If you want to do it for exercise and sport, it's a different thing if you want it for self-defense. Okay, it's not the same. Any other question? Good question, Jeff. I think you should remember something though, Jeff, right? You're welcome, Jeff. But you should remember something, right? I like your picture, the photo there. And yeah, Jeff, we are older, but the alternative is, you know what the alternative is, right? So the best we could do is to live our life the best that we can to the best of our ability. And hope that we don't get, sick along the way. Yeah, very good question. Thank you, Jeff, for your question. Thank you for the birthday wish. I don't know if my wife came in yet. Oh, I think she did. Honey, are you here? That should be a song. Any requests? Anything? I missed doing this, but I was a little rust. I felt a little rusty today. So I think we're gonna start doing it again. I have to send some requests to some people to come on the show. Anyone you know that you want on the show, let them know. Okay. Taekwondo is a hard style, and um, yeah, Taekwondo is a hard style. Cardio, okay. So you're gonna sign up for boxing, and where are you signing up, Christina? There's one in Liberty. There's actually two in Liberty now, where they're doing boxing. One of them was supposed to come on our show a while ago. Uh, Walking, and believe it or not, walking and Tai Chi is good cardio. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that thought that Tai Chi is not a good cardio, but it's good. It's not as much as walking and running or things like that. But yeah, do an hour of qigong and tai chi. I have people that came in when they're older. I don't know how old you are, but that were older, and when they came in, they started feeling, a little bit on the heart, and they thought, I thought Tai Chi, you're not supposed to feel anything like that because they thought there's no cardio. Oh, again, I would say Tai Chi and Qigong. Now, Tai Chi was a fighting art, used to be a fighting art. Oh, it is a fighting art. It's a martial art. But here we use it more for our health, which is very important. And your health is important before you do any martial art, actually. But if you start with Tai Chi, because you could get your flexibility through there if you do it slow enough. And yeah, that's a good one to start. I would say also do Wing Chun. Wing Chun has three forms, and they pretty stationary. There's no high kicks on Wing Chun, and you could do that. There's a lot of good teachers out there. Again, it depends on the teacher, and make sure that the teacher is someone that not only wants money. There's some teachers out there that will hold you back just because they want your money. But if you could start with any of those, um, do that. And if they don't have it in your town, go out and do a seminar. Like Dr. Young, which is one of my teachers. I actually traveled to Massachusetts in order to learn. So I kept going there to learn. But I went to other teachers like Manta Cheer. First United States student was my teacher as well. So I traveled to learn. And even to this day, if I have to travel, I would go and learn. There are some Tai Chi videos out there that are pretty good. And so then, depending on teachers, they're going to have a different little variation. Okay. But there's some things out there that are pretty good. Oh, so you like rolling with the jiu-jitsu, right? Um, yeah, they're all good self-defense. Again, depending on the teacher. If you just do a movement, like for instance, if you doing a movement where you're staying here and the guy throws a punch and then you're doing all kinds of things and the guy's still standing there with the punch, that's not very practical, you know. And most of the time when you see a fight, you'll never see a low black, a high black, and things like that. You don't see that. Even the people that practice martial art, you don't see that. So I would say that that's a good exercise, but don't confuse it with self-defense. You know, it's a good exercise, but it's got to be practical. It's got to be something that you could use. I'm going to be doing a self-defense at the library up here in Monticello next month. Okay, so you learn 10. You think it was 10 years? Wow. Um, well, thank you, but you are coming because you're gonna be helping me out, right, Christina? That is funny, Christina. Some of my students are now going to be 60. So you on the younger side of some of my students. Well, let me tell you something about that. You have a friend that does jiu-jitsu, yes, and they said that most of the fights end up on the ground. I think that all of the fights end up on the ground. Whether you stand up fighting, see that what they saying that is that you not all not all winners, not people that win the fight doesn't necessarily have to go to the ground. There are some people that do stand up and striker, and if they kick you, they don't go to the ground, but the loser does go to the ground. So in a way, yes, that's true that you end up on the ground, but I have many fights where I never went to the ground. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that you got to know both games, not just stand up or going down or expecting it to go down. Some people are just striker. And if they're a good striker, they never go to the ground. If they are good striker. Oh, good. You have to come in. I want to train with you, Christina. So do you understand what I'm saying? And D, yeah, they are all good. I don't like when people say, "Oh, this style is bad and this style is bad." It's never come down to the style. It always come down to the person and how you use it. You know, and what your intention are. If you want to do, forms, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good exercise. But if you want to do practical fighting, then that's the way you got to practice. And I give you an example that I give often a lot of people. Okay, um, you drive every day, and you drive every day, but that doesn't mean that gets you ready to be in the Indiana 500 tomorrow. Okay, because the intensity of it is different. So if you're practicing martial art like you drive every day, then the intensity on a real fight is going to be completely different. So you got to train how it's going to be practical. So that's the advice that I give people. Do not confuse the two. You know, it's good to be doing technique, but it's also good to actually put some gloves on and have somebody actually strike at you, so you could respond in a way that is like real. Okay, let's keep it real. That's the idea. And also, practice with not the intent to harm, but with the intent to hurt, to help each other. Okay, because that's also important. Okay, I hope that helped you, Dee. But all of the martial art, you can take any of them. Just make sure that you study what the teacher is and how he is. I read some place that you have to look at the top student and then you determine whether the teacher is a good teacher. Because if the top student is pretty good and they learn the lesson, that means that he was able to transfer what he knows to somebody else. If he can't transfer it to somebody else, then not a good teacher. Okay, I'm glad that I helped you out with that. Also, there's a lot of people online. Like if you wanted to learn Wing Chun, there's people that are teaching online, like Samuel Kwok. If you follow me on Facebook, you probably see some of his things on my Facebook. He does it online. You could get in touch with him and you could study with him online. But it's also, the forms is different. You could learn that anywhere. But then the practicality of it, make sure that you get a good friend so you could practice making contact. And by making contact, I don't mean hitting each other. I just mean so you could feel it. So you could feel it. Someone quack. Okay. Any other question? Christina, let me know when you could come in. Yeah, he has a DVD and he has a course online and he has a DVD. Not only one DVD, he has several, and he has a couple of books. I would have to go in the other room to get it, but yeah, you could as far as the form is concerned, because I find it that with the book, with just a still picture, it's very hard to grasp. But if you have the book and then you have a video, then you could get it like that. There's actually a couple of people that are supposed to be teaching on this format through StreamYard, because you could do this private without having to go live. You could just have a person like a DM, but you communicate. I could actually do it on this room. So if you also want to do that, let me know, and we could do that. Yeah, get the DVD. Yeah, there's a lot of them, but I recommend this. There's a whole bunch of them. You go on Amazon, you find tremendous library of Wing Chun, and actually any style that you want. My teacher Yang Jin-Ming, he has an extensive library of Tai Chi and Qigong and DVDs. You know, I studied with him so long ago that I have VHS, and I don't have a VHS machine that works anymore. But yeah, he has. You could go on Yan Martial Art, and you could find it there. He has a whole bunch of things, and China, and that's also where I learned the massage, the Qigong massage, and things like that. So you could go on there and find it. Yan Martial Art. Also, Paul Lan. Paul Lan has quite a few videos. Um, yeah, I have those as well. So yeah, you could do that. Just in case I forget things, you know, I make sure that I gather videos. You know, but anyway, through practice every day, then I find it hard that you're gonna forget. Yeah, if you want to do that, Christine, if you want to do that, and just I think we have Twee Health and Fitness going there. I think I put a couple of videos in there of stretching from the pandemic, so you're gonna have to look a little further back, but we have stretching videos there from 2020. Huh. That was one of the one, Barry. Barry was one of my former students as well. That was one of the first book. The first book that I seen on Wing Chun. That's when nobody was doing it. I think my teacher, Looney, down in the city, was one of the few people that was doing it. Dr. Um, Grandmaster Alan Gorber has one of the first DVD on Wing Chun, and Chen Men Chin was the first book that I got on Tai Chi. But if you look at that, because that's when I was going to Chinatown trying to study Tai Chi. If you look at the book, like I said, it's hard to translate that because it's kind of backwards. And so you almost have to have a mirror in order to understand it. But now with all the technologies, you know, like if you look at it, you get the feeling of it. But to feel the chi, you know, if you have someone there and you feel the chi a lot more, a lot quicker, I would say, because there's certain exercise that we do to, you know, so you become aware of your chi. Now, there's a lot of charlatans up there that trying to make chi more than what it is. Chi is a very good thing, and if you don't have chi, everybody has chi, whether you practice martial art or not, you have chi. The only thing that the martial art or Tai Chi does is a kind of awaken it, so you become more aware of it. But there's people out there doing things that making martial art look bad because they're doing things that's really fake, but then people are looking at it, oh, and they're laughing. And unfortunately, some martial artists are making fun of that because they don't realize that she does exist, but not in the way that these people are doing it. Charlatans out there. Um, all I'm grading pictures too. Um, yeah, that's a good book. I still have that book, and I use it mostly for reference and for show. It's like a museum. My house, my library is a museum of different books. And yesterday, I took out a book that was published way before my wife was born. Whoops. Uh, so we were looking at points for Chiatsu and the way that I learned Chiatsu and the way that it's in this book. I mean, this book had points all over the body. And I don't think that book is our publication anymore. This is like close to 50 years ago. Yeah, actually. Han, are you here? Maybe. Excuse me for a second. I want to see if my wife is here. Excuse me for a second. I'll be right back. Oh. I'm back. I'm sorry. I actually put some music. Anyway, this book, this Chiasu book right here, uh, it's a small book, but it was published way a long time ago. Look, I don't think they have that book anymore. But it had, this is mostly points, while the Chiasu that I do is mostly meridian. And this is summer quad. Okay. Look at that. To Pedro. I don't know if you can see this. Okay. Any more questions? Yeah, if I knew, I would have brought that picture out. Barry, which book do you have? I remember you having the Leon Ting book. That's a huge book. Um, okay, people. It was. I'm glad that I came back. James Lee wrote it in Wing Chun book with Bruce Lee. So I don't know if you remember that one. That was a green book, and that was the first Wing Chun book I actually saw. That's when I started looking for people that were teaching it, and that was cool. Yeah, yeah. I still had that book. I had the hardcover. No, the green book I'm talking about is James Lee. That was Bruce Lee's student. That was the first one. And I think the one you're talking about, Leon thing, is yellow. Oh yeah. Okay, so a lot of people were looking for the second form. Um, the second form was Douglas One did the book with the second form. And back then, when I started, everybody was saying that the third form, you cannot learn the third form unless you have this and that and that. And then Leontine was the first one to actually publish the book where he had the third form on it. And I think, yeah, he did a video that had all three forms on it. So yeah, we're going down the history book. All right, people. So I guess I'm going to say good night, and we will see you again. I won't take that long off now. I'm just going to get the guests ready, and then I'll let you know. You will see the message, and it won't be like today. Because I'm off, I decided to do it today. But we usually do it on Monday. So make sure you tune in on the next time. Thank you for your question and your patience. I will see you on the next installment of Tweet Talk. Bye-bye.